At Cedar Point Winter Chillout 2021, this whiteboard could be seen on one of the walls. This whiteboard poses as the plans for the new 526-foot roller coaster coming to Cedar Point. Some people think that this whiteboard is real and actual plans. Some people think that it's a joke. So today, I'm going to look at the facts and arguments of both sides to come to a conclusion of whether it's happening or not. Hey guys, welcome to Coaster Journey. And before this video starts, I want to debunk one argument real quick. Some people have said that this wasn't written by Cedar Point and was a prank by an employee or guest that Cedar Point didn't know about. This is false. Cedar Point definitely would have seen this if somebody wrote on it and would have taken it down immediately. And employees are always there. Plus, there were many different tours at many different times, so this was written by Cedar Point. Okay, so first off, we're going to be going over the facts on how this could be true. But don't see these and immediately think it's true. Make sure you stick around for the other arguments. So the first fact is that the markings around here are in real life. I've actually seen these markers with my own eyes too. And if you didn't know, you can usually find markers around a ride before something is added or removed. This is how we knew Mean Streak was getting RMC'd before an announcement. But this is definitely a big piece of evidence considering they're saying they'll put a coaster in this plot and there's actually markings there. The next piece of evidence is that there are insanely specific details. When Cedar Point pranked us in the past, they weren't specific and the jokes were much more obvious. They pretty much said, hey guys, we're getting a 500-foot aqua tracks, totally. And even the whiteboard has the date the footers will get installed. This says the team working on it, and they put effort into making this massive board, with even the markings of the outside rides around it. If this was a joke, they would probably do it pretty last minute and make it more obvious. The next fact is more of a theory. If this is real, I have a theory of what happened behind the scenes. Since Cedar Fair stopped working with Intamin after some failed attractions, RMC probably saw this and didn't want to be the next Intamin due to their unreliability. So maybe, just maybe, due to the unreliability of Steel Vengeance, they gave them the T-Rex on a discount. And if they sold one to Cedar Point and it went well, they could sell more T-Rexes, which means more money. But hey, that's just a theory. A coaster theory. The final fact is that they're probably not gonna pull a Mystic Timbers. I don't think this massive park owned by a massive chain would just be like, hey, we're getting a massive record-breaking coaster. Let everyone get excited and then say, haha, psych, enjoy your 130-foot Woody GCI, lol. They know what they're doing, and clearly this wouldn't be great marketing. Okay, now on to the argument that this is a joke. The first argument is space. This is impossible to build a coaster in this space. Compare this amount of space to any other coaster space. A small family coaster might not even be able to fit here, let alone a 500-footer. And sadly, I think this is the clear joke part. I think Cedar Point gave it such a small space because we knew it was impossible, and so it would be a clear joke. The next fact that proves this is a joke is their past history. Every year, they joke about aqua tracks and getting a 500-footer. Never to this extent, but still. Look at this post from Tony Clark himself. See? Cedar Point isn't scared to mess with us Susie a little bit. And they get specific too, stating the manufacturers they'll meet with about a 500-footer, which shows they really like to mess with us. And the second to last debunking fact is that the T-Rex model is not one we've seen before. After the absolute failure of Shoot the Rapids, they do not want to make another mistake in buying an unreliable attraction. And we haven't seen a T-Rex, so there most likely will be some unexpected problems. If Cedar Point has 2 failed attractions in 10 years, it will not look good, and it will take years upon years upon years to financially recover. The final fact that proves this is a joke is allegedly there were also markings around Snake River Falls too in real life. The whiteboard doesn't say anything about Snake River Falls though, and both Antique Cars and Snake River Falls didn't operate for the 2020 season. You could argue that it's because of COVID, but the other Antique Cars was open, and the other water ride, Thunder Canyon, was open as well. So now comes the time in the video where I share my opinion. Do I think this was a joke? Yes. The facts that prove it was a joke severely outweigh the facts that prove it's real. Does this mean I don't think we're ever going to get an RMC T-Rex? Not particularly. Theme Park Predictions actually made a video on where we could see Cedar Point and 4 other parks build a 500-foot coaster. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. So my final conclusion is that sadly we will not be getting a T-Rex for our next coaster. Don't get me wrong, I wanted one as much as the next guy, but I don't see it happening after COVID and Shoot the Rapids. Also, they don't have a good relationship with RMC, so I doubt they would purchase their biggest attraction on the market, which hasn't even been sold yet. But does this mean that Cedar Point will never get one? I think someday Cedar Point will get one, but not in at least the next 7 years. But what do you think? Do you think it's real or fake? Do you disagree with me and now hate my channel and will dislike my videos until the day you die? Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more content. Also, I want to apologize real quick for the shorter upload. I wanted to get straight to the point, and so I wouldn't have to bore you guys with me chattering about random things. But my next week upload will be really big, so you don't want to miss that. Trust me. But anyways, this has been Coaster Journey, and I'll catch you in the next one.